Hey y'all, welcome back to the DIY Entrepreneurs Reaction Show. I'm so glad you decided to tune in with me today. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. I would really appreciate that. And we're going to be reacting to another Shark Tank pitch, so let's check it out.
Next in the tank is a business based on an ancient treat.
Hi Sharks, my name is Diana Gerard. I'm originally from Damascus, Syria, and I'm here seeking $150,000 in exchange for 10% equity in my company. Growing up in the Middle East, my beautiful homeland had everything to offer under the sun, including a sweet and indulgent treat. All you had to do was pick it from a palm tree. Sharks, I'm talking about the date fruit. These sweet, resilient, and wrinkly treats nourished my body and spirit with each and every single bite. And that's how Magic Dates was born. We've taken divine dates and blended them with crunchy walnuts, cacao nibs, coconut, and get this, we covered them in rich, 100% dark chocolate. And when it comes to our satiating treats, you can say no to added sugars, no to dairy, no to gluten, and yes to real, whole, flavorful foods. Sharks, I'm on a mission to bring my homeland's ancient secret ingredient to the world. So, will you join me on a magic journey with Magic Dates? In front of you are delicious treats to try for yourselves and nourish your bodies, or as we say back home, صحتين.
Which is the most popular?
So the triple chocolate crunch.
That's the one I went right for first.
Chocolate on chocolate on chocolate.
Coconut's good. Oh, wow. The Lush Lemon one is fantastic.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
I like the triple chocolate.
Diana, how many calories?
So they like it.
So in our original line that's not covered in chocolate, per serving, that's 2 bites, is 100 calories, and the chocolate covered variety is 120 calories.
Is that a lot? That sounds like a lot.
So here's the thing, nutrient density is about a lot more than just calories. These are no added sugar and they're chock full of fiber, which we are a fiber deficient country. And in just one serving of Magic Dates, you're getting 15 to 20% of the daily recommended value of fiber.
How did you get into this business?
I have a bit of a path, but I'll start at the end for you, Mark, because point of inspiration for me was actually one of your entrepreneurs. So several years ago, before I started Magic Dates, I had taken my LSAT, I was on my way to law school, and a friend of mine approached me to help an entrepreneur come up with a vegan recipe for her paleo ice cream sandwich company.
Frankie?
Frankie.
Yeah. And Diana, just real quick so everybody knows.
Yeah.
Frankie came on 2 seasons ago with Coconut Girl, which were these amazing ice cream sandwiches that were healthy for you. And so she's doing great. We just sold part of the company. She's doing so well.
That's incredible. So I met Frankie, I went to her kitchen, I told my friend, you have me for a couple of months, I'm applying to law school, I'm gonna study international human rights law. And I just fell in love with this. It was like a whole new world had opened up to me. And you know, going back a little bit further, when I moved on my own to LA when I was 19, food became a connector for me. I learned how to make all my mom's best Arabic food recipes, and I would invite friends over, and that's how I would connect with them. And that's my intention with Magic Dates. And really, dates are the perfect vehicle because, as you may know, they have a history in the Middle East of thousands of years of cultivation. And they came here just 100 years ago. An agriculture explorer brought 11 shoots from Morocco, and they thrived in Coachella Valley because it was so hot and dry. And that's why we have 95% of the crop being grown here in California.
Really?
You learn something new in Shark Tank every day. Give us an idea of what's going on in distribution, sales, margins, etc.
Yeah. So it was a completely grassroots effort. I launched at the farmers market, and in 2018, I got into the first 30 doors here in LA.
And what were sales in 2018?
So in 2018, $30,000. And then in 2019, we did $100,000. And then 2020, we did $136,000.
Yeah.
So that was up 30%.
This is all retail at this point?
This is all retail, so that's a great...
There's nothing direct to consumer?
We did very little direct to consumer because I was just not focusing my resources.
And Dana, this year, what are you tracking at?
This year, we're projecting to close out $175,000.
That's interesting. Dana, what do these cost? You never told us what they sell for and what they cost.
So the cost out of the manufacturer out the door landed is $1.60, and they retail between $4.99 and $5.99.
Oh, your margins are great.
Yeah, we have 42 to 48% margins.
Right.
And we are focusing more on direct to consumer now. And what I'd like to share with you, I think this would be a good time to reveal a bit of a secret.
What are you holding back?
We have been marketing under a different look. Would you like to see it?
Sure.
Compare?
Sorry, these are the old.
No, these are the new.
Okay.
I'm going to
These
show
are
you the
the
old now.
Glengarry bags.
All right, let's see the old.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I realized that with our old branding and packaging and messaging, we weren't quite hitting the values.
So you
that
upgraded your packaging. And is it proven to give you better sell-through?
You're literally the first people to be holding it in your hands.
I actually like this
It's not
packaging better.
tried.
You see what it is, it's light. And Magic Dates pops really well.
I agree with Laura. I like the old packaging better for the same reasons.
Okay.
But when you change packaging, it's never an indication that sales are booming, right? It's an indication like, okay, they're not where we want them to be. Let's try to do something,
Rebrand.
right? And so while I think it's a good product, there is just not that one thing that's in the headline that just says, I have to try these. So for those reasons, I'm out.
Okay, thank
But
you.
good luck
Mark.
and
I
congratulations.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Diana, you're definitely on trend. But as an investor, I don't see the growth or the early hit. I don't see the catalyst right now. I'm out.
Her growth has been very
Dates are
steady.
really not my space. It's just not
That's
something for me
good.
at the moment. I'm out.
Thank you, Damon. Appreciate it.
You know, Diana, you gave up international human rights law. That is something so needed and so important. And in this arena, there's tons of date-like products and treats. I've seen lots of them. If it were me, I would say I think the other career path is something that is really just so important and something you'd be so great at.
Lori Grenier is saying
Right.
to walk away from your business and take it out behind the barn.
I honestly am saying go with your passions, do what you want. But I feel because this is such a crowded space, I'm sorry, I'm out.
Thank
I
you,
don't
Laura.
like the
really respect
feedback
your
Lori
feedback.
just gave her, but
And
okay.
it's very impressive. Your passion is clear. Obviously, I have a similar background, being half Lebanese, so I'm very familiar with the region. And you're very impressive. I'm sorry, but I'm underwhelmed with the sales. I was
It's
actually
just
sitting
been
on
a
the fence trying
steady
to figure
growth.
this one
but
out.
she's-
We've been at
it's
Whole
a
Foods for
growth.
almost over a year now, and it moves really well there. I've
Whole
reshifted
Foods.
focus this year, so instead of going out to get more retail accounts, I wanted to approach the
Smart.
digital marketing and e-commerce space.
I get it, but this is such a tough slog. I mean, I love your story on Eat Dates. I understand the merits of them. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just having a real hard time with it. You know, I'm going to make you an offer commensurate with the risk. $150,000 for 33 1/3. It's like a third of the
Dang.
business.
Yeah.
That's
I
actually
just-
not
I
horrible.
don't
That's not a bad offer.
I don't want to give up a third of my company. I came in here, I'm like, don't give up a third of your company. Because the thing is, I have to also value what I know I can do. And I know that that's not something you may see yet. I do.
I'm sorry. Look, it has to be, at the end of the day, I got to go to work. It's a brutally competitive space. Dates are a commodity.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's
Well,
really
it's a
tough.
commodity, but there are new ways to represent them. Nobody has covered dates in
You have an
100%
offer.
dark chocolate.
You have an offer.
Would you do 150,000 for 20%?
No,
Would you meet me at all in the middle?
no.
You're completely firm on 33%.
At 33 1/3.
And a
1/3.
Hey, don't forget that third.
Oh, that's really tough. I really cannot give up that much of my company because, again, I
Sure you
believe
can. You
in
can just
what
say
I'm
yes.
bringing to.
You really have to think this through. You don't have a great story on revenue, okay? I'm sorry I'm telling you the truth.
I
but-
agree. I
And
I
so,
can see that.
this is a flyer for me, and I'm willing to help you out, and I'm willing to get behind it. I do not put my name on deals to fail, okay?
I
don't
wouldn't
do
go
that,
for the
and I'm not going to be
33
flexible in terms of what I want. I want a 33 1/3%.
You're going to help us blow it up, Mr. Wonderful?
No, I'm going to help you fail after I give you 150,000. Of course I'm going to do that.
Okay.
She gonna go for it.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah, let's friggin' do it.
You have it?
Good job, Diana. Well done.
Don't make me regret this.
Okay.
Sure, I'm speechless. I'm not sure what to say. I wish she hadn't jumped at that deal, but we don't know what's going on, and we don't know what's going on paper and in the financials with what she's, challenged with building. But I wouldn't have given up 33 1/3. I would have probably walked out and walked away from the deal if he wasn't open to listening to a lower equity. I just don't agree with that. But I really do hope that it proves to be a very profitable partnership for her and Kevin. And so she came into the tank asking for $150K, willing to only give up 10% at that time. And they were correct on her margins, not her margins, but on her sales, because it looks like she was growing a good 30 from the first year she grew 70K, and then the next year it was 36K, and then this year she says she's on track to do 175. That's a good 40 something K as well. And so it seems like every year she's right at that target. So I don't know what she's steady spending on to make her stick to that 30% increase every year. I'm sure they look at the paperwork and the financials, and it tells more of a story. But that's why they wasn't really so enthralled with her sales, because there is a steady incremental type of pattern of increase that she's seeing over the years. And so I would look a little bit more into that. But I just think she jumped at that 33 1/3. I think she jumped at that, and I just hope that it proves to be a good partnership for them, and she's able to continue building her company. Now, what Lori suggested to her was that, okay, this is not working. I need you to go back to school and come become a lawyer. I did not agree with that at all. She had shared that through helping someone else, she found this passion. And so she has identified it as a passion for her. Maybe law school was real stressful on her, and maybe it was this, the time that she got called to help someone. Maybe that was a lifesaver for her, and as far as stress in her life. But I'm not sure I agree with what Lori suggested to her as far as just do away with the business and go back to law school. No, Lori, that's not the story we tell entrepreneurs. But I hope that she's able to really just be successful with her company. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and staying until the end. I really do appreciate that. Don't forget to hit that like button and become a subscriber if you like this content. And check us out for the next one.
Can we hug?
That made me regret this.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Let's do it. Thank you so much all for your feedback and time. I appreciate you. Take care. Bye. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh, Mr. Wonderful is incredible. I think 70% of something big is better than 100% of something really, really small. And I want to work with Mr. Wonderful. He was my number 2 choice. But he's my number 1 now. Don't show him this.